Konnichiwa, minasan. Kudomare tu here dari laman website stomachofchaos.com. Kali ni going solo kena buang tebiat. Tebiat kenapa? Pasal kita dah tahu musim luruh 2025 untuk anime sudah bermula, dan subuh tadi dah tengok episod pertama untuk season 3 Spy Family, dan juga episod pertama atau episod 160 untuk final season Boku no Hero Academia yang best gila kat Netflix. So as you know, kita orang selalunya buat ni in a group, tapi pasal ni last minute sangat-sangat, so tak adil lah untuk saya tarik all the anime division to join. And lagi tu pun saya rasa macam nak potong untuk 2 sesi. Selalunya kita orang buat sayonara. Saya cadangkan mula-mula nak buat sayonara Summer Season 25 dan Hello Fall Season 25. Dan yang ini nak buat Hello Fall Season je lah. So anyway, seperti biasa saya akan menggunakan My Anime List sebagai our basis of discussion, and in total as you can see on the back of the screen is the screen grab for My Anime List. Ada 184 titles that they orang listed out untuk season ni, tapi taking off the more adult and kiddie versions of anime, we are left with about 140. Saya pun tak ada masa dan keinginan nak cakap pasal 140 titles. Itu terpulanglah kepada anituber kesukaan anda, baik dari persada online international atau lokal, di mana mereka akan kata I've watched all of fall season 2025, and all they do is only watch the trailer. But anyway, I'm going to do something worse. I'm going to choose apa yang saya rasa saya nak cakap, dan and we shall go from there. I mean, saya tak cognizant yang ada title lain yang worth talking about, but here we are. So first of all, we can see here listed is I guess the first top 3 titles that at the moment. Ini ikut kategori kalau kita filter the list according to members. So I'm not sure what it means, but kita pasal terlalu awal kan, so nak ikut score pun tak ada guna, pasal ada setengah tu bias gila, scoring given by 300 viewers, and some titles scored, lebih popular kan di score oleh beberapa ribu, tapi tu still like macam MHA pun scoring dia given by 1,700 tu pagi tadi. Nonetheless, okay, unfortunately I'm going to start off with a title yang saya sendiri tak tengok. Okay lah, nak kata tak tengok sangat pun boleh juga, kerana saya tengok first part. Saya hanya menonton episod pertama, season pertama untuk One Punch Man, and I've heard horror stories given by fans about the second season sebagainya. Awak tengok pun skor pun tak bagi lagi, kerana One Punch Man season 3 ni akan ke udara minggu depan, Oktober 12. Saya mulanya ingatkan dulu diorang rumored that the new season will be by another studio, but it still is by JC Staff. I think JC Staff had been doing them, and So apparently this is one of the titles that people are looking forward to this season, and saya tak nak cakap banyak lagi. And yeah, so you can see I think that should be the same say list of seiyus for this season. And looks like the opening theme nampak gempak ga, Get No Satisfied by Jam Project with Baby Metal in it. Ending theme Soko ni Aru Akari. So yeah, one seperti saya cakap tadi, pagi tadi saya dah tengok voted bagi skor 8.3, obviously from Die Hard fans. After watching hakikat yang sebenarnya cerita ni pasal hanya baik ada overarching story seperti operasi Strix dan sebagainya, itu hanya di background. And I can tell you that the amount of material that they've covered in the manga, which can actually go on to season 4 or 5 even, masih lagi tak ada conclusionnya. It is going in a particular direction with certain expositions which may make the Operation Strix interesting, tapi you know, most of the story will be things like mungkin dia orang akan buat a short arc on Anya punya progress kat sekolah ke, atau backstory Lloyd ke. For example, in season 3 kita akan tengok backstory Lloyd, and then there'll be other things macam benda yang berlaku di sekolahannya, macam kalau anda melihat poster teaser untuk season 3 ada gambar bas tergolek, itu pun a hair-raising incident. But then again, anything to do with Operation Strix, so it's like slice of life / adventure / slide action. It's like enjoy it for what it is lah, and just you have to be patient lah to watch Operation Strix unfold for the next few years. So pada anda yang tak ada patience, anda mungkin dah give up lah nak tengok cerita ni. Cerita ni for season 3 kita punya opening is by Spitz, and an established alt rock Japanese band, which kali pertama saya dengar datang daripada watching AJ drama about Japanese aging bodyguard taking care of a Korean actress. Kali ni lagu dia untuk Spy Family adalah Iwo Mamoru, dan ending theme dia which we will not hear until the second episode will be by Lila Sekuta from YOASOBI, which is Akta. So yes, Spy Family season 3 pada anda yang definitely minat, can't get enough of the shenanigans of the Forger family, I think this is for them, but not discouraging people to not watch it. Still enjoyable, tapi itulah, kena take it to context lah and just be patient. Anyway, Boku no Hero Academia final season, it's here, season 8. So semalam punya episode was straight kedegang. Kepada anda yang menonton season 7 punya ending, you knew this was coming, and the fact that it was done very well. Obviously fight tu tak habis lagi, tapi best lah tengok semua tadi. So it's available on Netflix. I think kalau anda nak menonton dekat sources lain, Crunchyroll kat Malaysia ni, kalau orang nak everything, and ML how many episodes it will be. Kalau kita tengok episode season 7 actually quite a few volumes of the manga ada cover, actually 4 ke 5, tapi untuk final season ni tinggal 4 aja, if I'm not mistaken, because last volume is volume 42. Semua ni saya at the top of my head lah. tak banyak tinggal. So whether or not it's going to be one core, I doubt it. Because kalau pada anda yang dah season viewers of My Hero Academia, it's always been 2 core seasons from season 2 onward. Season 1 je yang ada 13 episode. So it's likely they're going to do a 2 core season for this, and I think that should be sufficient lah to conclude the series. So, yeah, one of the most anticipated titles. As you can see, 2,761 as compared to this morning, berapa seribu orang je. It was still at 8 point something this morning, so it's expected when you have a series with that number of people wanting to watch it. Okay, sekarang kita going on to look at the other titles. I know it's a bit unfair, but other titles saya akan skim through hari tu. Still haven't found anything of interest sangat apart from a handful of titles. Saya tak minat isekai, so sorry lah pada anda yang minat isekai, saya tak akan cover sangat lah. Atau ni, tapi just a quick one lah, ni continuation the recent adaptation of Ranma Half by Netflix. This one pun keluar semalam, tapi saya tak tengok lagi. Tapi I'm in no rush lah to watch this because cerita dia dah established pun. So yeah, this is the adaptation with the roster of a seiyuu that is exactly 90% the same as the original series, bar old age and death, as compared to Urusei Yatsuraru, in which they've revamped the cast, having a younger list of seiyus, with the classic seiyus reappearing but as cameos. So yeah, and this time kita punya opening is by Tsuyobi Campanella. Tsuyobi no Campanella, Wo Aini, I Love You, dan Pandaga by Nishina. I still quite like the ending for the first season, but there you go. 7.95 by 1,000 users. Tak ramai orang tengok. So Ranma and a half as 2. Now this title I actually got to notice by virtue of social media. Watashi watabetai ito de nashi. It's a Yuri anime with supernatural overtones, because it's about a mermaid that wants to eat this girl, but at the same time being protective of her. The only reason that she's protective of this pretty girl from other supernatural beings is because dia nak makan this girl for herself. So I don't think these are euphemisms, despite the Uriness of the genre. And it's a seinen manga, and it's by Studio Links. I'm not too sure who they are. And then the seiyuu is Uesama as the titular girl, and the mermaid is Yui Ishikawa, who voiced Mikasa Ackerman from Attack on Titan. And also you've got a supporting character called Yashiro Miku, and that's Fairuz Ai. And OD dia tak kenal lah, Yoshino siapa. Lagu dia ni and ending theme dia which is Uesama herself, singing a song called Riri. So I'll check it out by virtue of the Uranus more than the supernatural, but we'll see. 7.51 is actually quite a good score by 2,200 viewers, and this aired last Thursday, October the 2nd. So check it out. This monster wants to eat me. Yes, frightening. Remind me of Mermaid from Dungeon Meshi actually. So we got a few more titles here. There's a Sunrise anime. Mula-mula we kan it was a Gundam title. Kau apa tengok? Oh, this is guy. No, thank you. Sanda, just a quick one on this one. I think I mentioned it a couple of times in an earlier preview about this story, which is done by Studio Saru. Okay, now talking just quickly about Studio Saru is pasal orang nak risau lah dan season kemudiannya season 3 lambat lagi ialah because Studio Saru sibuk dengan now they've done Sanda. They're coming up with gosh, what was it they're going to do? Whatever it is, orang cakap dan season 3 tak akan keluar lah tahun depan by virtue of them. Oh right, that's it. They only do a few projects a year. I think there's already another project which is at the tip of my... Oh sorry, that's it. Ghost in the Shell. So they're doing Ghost in the Shell next year. So susah sikit But anyway, back to Sanda here. Synopsis dia kata, story cerita bermula dengan Sanda, pelajar tahun 2 dari sekolah menengah rendah getting attacked with a kitchen knife oleh classmate dia. Lepas tu Sanda couldn't make sense of kenapa dia kena attack. And then dia rasa kawan dia mungkin jealous or tahu got apa dia kata, just mean acts stemming off the latter having a peculiar puberty phase. I think the joke is, I think from the trailer you can see lah, budak Sanda ni boleh jadi Santa Claus. Obviously puberty phase maknanya dia grow up really quickly to be an old man with a beard who looks like Santa Claus. So it does sound like a weird premise, but it is actually a manga adaptation. As you could see here, I've never heard of this manga before. And siapa penulis dia? That's the Santa Claus. And 16 volumes. Oh, finished. The manga dah done. Finished last year. Action mystery, school shonen. Itagaki Paru. And apa lagi dia buat Oh, he's the mangaka for Beastars. Patutlah. So there you go. Yeah, check it out. Sanda by Science Saru. The monkeys have done it again. Okay, we got more titles here. One with titles here is actually a spin-off of Gintama, which looks like as if Gintama becomes a teacher or some sort with younger kids. But apparently kalau tengok list dia memang same bunch of seiyus voicing the original characters from Gintama. Going onwards, speeding things up. I made a quick mention about Isekai Quartet. Actually, as I said, walaupun saya tak minat Isekai, tapi macam some of the Isekai yang dimasukkan dalam this compilation, tapi basically characters dia lah compiled from different Isekais. All popular ones like Overlord. Is that Bofuri? Is that Bofuri? And then there's ReZero in it. And it's voiced by the same seiyuu. There's Konosuba. There's Tanya the Evil. As I said, there's Overlord. So itulah. But they're all chibi versions of the original characters. So I thought of kalau nak try tengok, nak cari lah the original one and check it out. So onwards, this one again been popping up on the social media, on social media. Yano-kun no Futsu no Ibi, Yano-kun's Ordinary Day. So sounds like a slice of life. There you can see dia orang pakai uniform sekolah team. And apparently it's by Studio Ajiado, tak kenal, from a web manga. Oh, it's a rom-com actually. About Kyoko Yoshida, President Class 2-1. And on the first day of school, a boy named Tsuyoshi Yano arrives late, covered in injuries due to her caring nature, in addition Tuyano being seated right next to her. Kyoko cannot help but worry about him and how he got those injuries to begin with. But after cautiously following him home one day, she learns the truth. He is just extremely clumsy. So it does sound like a heartwarming kind of like a simple comedic rom-com. And adapted from a manga. And again, Seiyu dia, apart from the supporting characters, obviously me being the older anime viewer, people like Hino Satoshi, who used to voice Rengoku, and Kohara Konomi, who used to voice the Chika from Kaguya-sama, tak berapa kenal who Amasaki Koe and Nukui Yuka. Who's Amasaki Koe? This is the beauty of using ML and just can cross-reference. But anyway, yeah, he's done Outright. He's done Witch Watch. He's the Tengu in Witch Watch. Yeah, and he's also in ReZero, playing a supporting character. So, tapi itulah, at the moment saya punya kepala kalau bab romcom ni, saya tengah masih lagi hung over inverted commas over the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, which I will speak about in the other live stream when we talk about Sayonara Summer 2025. So onwards. Saya punya list. Saya nak buat satu komen je mengenai One Dance. One Dance ni dijayakan oleh studio Madhouse and Cyclone Graphics, which is a sports manga adaptation with a specific look at performing arts, so in this case dance. So bukan apa, because kalau if you bayangkan and watching an anime with the topic of dance, you would want to see the animation, see how that works. So yeah, I'll check it out just for fun to see it. Not really a particular I don't think I've watched any proper anime on dance actually. Medalist pun tak tengok. Then again, you could see from the list, we've got one of the main characters actually Shigaraki Ochiyama Koki, and also voice Saku in the Fragrant Flower Blooms. Yeah, Yomiya Hina as Wanda Hikari. Okay. Sorry lah, nampak nama Uchida Yuma ni teringat because akak dia kahwin dengan siapa Maya Uchida kahwin dengan damn it, baru dia orang kahwin. Dia Seiyu bercerai, Seiyu berkahwin, Hanakana cerai, Maya Uchida kahwin, and that goes the circle of life. Anyway, so Andre is not here, but again he did mention hari tu nak tak discuss, of course lah, discuss lah sikit kot, but probably not as a whole series, because we got the part 2, core 2 for season pertama, if it is a season pertama, Uma Musume Cinderella Grey yang pretty much focus on the development of Oguri Cap dalam career dia sebelum apa yang anda lihat dalam Uma Musume Pretty Derby, which I haven't watched at all. So it'll be interesting lah to see the kind of new challenges that Oguri will be facing in the second part, and opening dia by 10 feet, Spurt Syndrome, and Spota Syndrome, and no ending sim. So there you go, Uma Musume Cinderella Gure Pato 2. Onwards. Just a quick one. Kingdom has its 6th season, and this is the one that I want to quickly mention. Shumatsu Touring or touring of the apocalypse. At first, when I saw the posters or videos, I thought it was going to be quite popular, but it looks like um, the score of 6.84. But then again, it's only by just about 500 users. It did start yesterday, so probably post-apocalyptic shenanigans on the People's Cup of Tea. Saya anggap benda ni mungkin dia seperti Eurocamp Mad Max. Tapi selalunya cerita-cerita ni you can see the degree of poignancy in there lah, because dunia dah tak ada orang kan, and then you get these two girls finding their way around. But it looks like it does say slice of life, so probably happy-go-lucky lah. So mungkin cerita ni tak berapa sedih atau menakutkan. It is a seinen series based on a manga called Shumatsu Touring as well. Seiyu dia Miyu Tomita, Konomi Inagaki, and Haruka Tomatsu. And again, the opening touring by Cotton Candy. Well, actually Konton Candy. Konton Candy, kalau anda tengok Sakamoto Days, you've heard of them. And ending theme dia is Glide by Miyuk. Miyuk, kepada anda yang dah menonton filem anime The Concierge, she did a very fantastic ending song lah for that. Very bittersweet kind of feeling when you listen to her songs. Okay. Right. Anda sure tengok kenapa saya rush. Saya bukan rush, macam tak ada cerita yang macam jumping out at me even when I look at this list earlier. But some of the titles that I want to mention not here yet because they're not listed in the TV section. So Aman Shafiq. Ya, fall ni banyak anime romance lah. Betul-betul. Cerita terbalik. Sanda ni best ke? As I say just now, tak sure. Tapi dia macam nak check out lah because premise dia pelik. I'm not saying that every single Science Saru punya title fantastic, tapi macam it does look pretty interesting. Tapi itulah, dia jadi Santa Claus. So dalam list MAL ni sekarang kita akan sampai ke bit yang dia call it TV continuing. So essentially benda-benda macam One Piece, Detective Conan, and then you got the second core of Gachi Akuta. Walaupun saya cakap pasal Gachi Akuta last time, saya tengok satu episod je dan tengok benda lain banyak lagi daripada tu. So we'll pick it up. Sakamoto Days pun saya tak pick up lagi, tapi saya dah baca. So thus far it's in the region of 8 star. So it looks like it's not dropping in popularity. People still think it's pretty good. Some people got turned off by the artwork, a bit weird, but konsep cerita dia pun quite weird pasal dunia sampah. So there you go, 8.01 by 53,000 viewers lah, thereabouts. Have they changed their OD? Pale Dusk is still Pale Dusk. And Cell doing Tomoshibi for the ED. So yeah, so keep on watching. And I'll tell that to myself to keep on watching it. Toga Nanki ni dulu mula somebody say, I thought it was alright, tapi somebody say it was rubbish, and you can see there 6.65. So malas aku nak borak. Alligator is Futari solo camp. Ini pun macam from the get-go I wasn't too keen on it. Or like the point of solo camping is actually being on your own, but when there's two of you, it's never going to be solo camping. So you go like, huh? And it does feel like it's jumping on the coattails of the like of Eurocamp. I mean, at least Mono jumping on the coattails of Eurocamp pun, it's a bit different. Albeit Mono is by the same mangaka for Eurocamp. So again, Sorry lah. I mean, if any of you like it, that's good on you, but I'm not really keen on it. So we are looking at all of the other titles from on Japanese TV of old anime series, and I think the next section that I want to really look at are the ONAs, because first I'm not too sure about the Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation episode of Hot Rabiur. Not too sure whether Disney does have any input in this, because it doesn't seem to be. Studio dia, Yumeta Company dengan Graphinica. So aku tak sure lah whether this is actually a Disney venture. I did read somewhere about a Disney or Western anime of sorts, and I thought this was it, but it does not seem to be. What is it? Is it? Source de manga. And dia punya seiyu roster dia gempak. Ada Tanjiro, Hanai Natsuki, ada Kobayashi Chiaki, Moichiro, ada Shigaraki sekali lagi. And why are they all jantan? Anyway, so yeah, not too sure about this series, but it will start end of the month. Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation. Not this one. Fujimoto Tatsuki Junana Niju Rock. So mengandungi 8 episod, and mula-mula saya ingat it was actually one book. It is actually 2 books. Because I got the 2 and I forgot the title of the 2. It's 1721 for one, the other one 2226. So they've actually done all the 2 books. And it's by it's different studios as well. So it does sound like this next anime that we will talk about. With this one, PA Works, Dexys, Lapins, Track, Studio Kafka, 100 Studio, dan Studio Graph 77. And obviously because they're anthology, so it's going to be a mixture of genres. And it's shonen. So following up with the likes of the films like Look Back, and of course the ever popular Chainsaw Man, Tatsuki Fujimoto appears to cannot do any wrong. And apparently Goodbye Eri, which is a similar one-off piece of manga that he's done, will get an anime adaptation soon as well, if I've read the news correctly on social media. So looking forward to that. And dari segi roster seiyu dia, some of the younger female seiyus I tak kenal. In fact, all of them aku tak kenal. Haram tak kenal, which is good lah, except for the older guys lah, like Sugita Tomokazu, which is to bring you to the current material that you can watch at the moment will be Demon Slayer. That's Gyome. And we've got Wakayama Shion here. Shion something French, not French and all. And that's Momo from Dan. And no opening ending themes as of yet. It'd be nice to see if going to have separate ones for each episode, especially with, if they could do that for Chainsaw Man, perhaps they could do it for this one. Now, this next one is the one that I like to talk about briefly as well. Star Wars Visions Volume 3. Volume 2, saya tak tengok langsung. Shouldn't say this, tapi pasal I think Volume 2 was an endeavor where they actually did include studios from outside Japan as well. And but for Volume 3 it's back to Japan only. Bukan apa, aku nak tengok anime Star Wars. Aku tak nak tengok animation dari negara lain. Sorry. So this time we've got the likes of Production IG, you know, classic studio yang really established lah. Production IG did things like the original Ghost in the Shell, Pet Labor semua. David Production, the studio that did Jojo. Kinema Citrus, Kamikaze Doga, Trigger dah pernah buat for season 1. And Trigger kita tahulah siapa. Wit buat Anima, Polygon Pictures and Project Studio Q. And looks like again we've got a nice bunch of people. Seto Asami top of the list at the moment. Character nama F for one of the series. Seto Asami. Baru ni kita tengok Nagi Asato from Ruri Rocks, our mineralogist student. And also dia adalah Lulan dalam Apothecary Diaries. Miyake Kenta is in here as well as a Green Stormtrooper. That's All Might. So we've Fairuz Ai, Tomoyo Kurosawa. So we've got a bunch of people. I mean, again, no opening and ending theme for Star Wars Vision, because I would not expect it to have music yang popish ke apa untuk Star Wars. But yep, this one's coming out again similarly end of the month, Oktober 29. Star Wars Visions Volume 3. And onwards, the other one that I want to talk about or have a look at. So we've got an OVA for Golden Kamuy. This is a series that I feel like rasa rugi macam tak ikut betul lah, because masa tengok first season was actually quite good. Tapi I got a bit turned off by the violence, not on the human beings but on the animals. Kalau diorang kena makan binatang kan, buat tupai cincang lah, oh god. So itulah. Tapi that aside, I think the manga is almost done or done already, tak ingat. But so this is basically Golden Kamuy Inazuma Go Toto Mamushi no Ogen Shimai Naga. So there is a particular chapter in the manga apparently. I'm not too sure what the context is, but apparently parents to read their 4th season Golden Kamuy. So itulah, saya tak kenal karakter dia kan, so susah nak cakap. Tapi one of the characters voiced by Yamadera Koichi, and Yamadera Koichi is Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. Ya, senarai filem anime untuk musim luruh ini. Ada beberapa Zombieland Saga, tak tengok. Golden Kamuy berbalik juga pada subjek tadi, tapi I think for Golden Kamuy Sapporo Beer Gojo and basically is actually an adaptation from an arc in the manga. So ini umpamakan kita menonton Mugen Train lah kot. So I think just a quick note on things like when people comment on film adaptations of manga, orang people tend to categorize, oh this is more like an OVA, oh this is should be done like an episode for TV. But it depends on, itulah, neither here nor there punya argument in the sense of this. I think because kata take for example, the biggest example, our Demon Slayer film yang apparently tengah gempak gila, beating the likes of Superman. Yes, pada anda yang hari tu komen boleh beat ke tak, and kami go tak beat, and in the end beat. Well, I nak kata I stand corrected pun tak nak juga, because how could I predict? How could anyone predict? So, and besides, aku nak tengok cerita je. Aku tak ambil pok lah siapa menang, siapa kalah. Bukan, kalau dia kalah pun aku still suka. So balik kepada konsep of how you watch anime and films. It depends on how the stuff was written. Because when it was written by the original writers, Dia tak ada macam fikir, oh nanti untuk bab 23 sampai 27 ni aku nak buat wayang. Kan ada. So macam kalau Mugen Train to happen to just fit nicely to be shown, and it concludes nicely, good on Gotoge sensei lah. And Sageto Rize Hand, which is also another perfect example of an arc within a sub arc within the Makima punya arc tu, and it just fits nicely, length wise, pacing wise, conclusion wise, to be told as a separate story. And in fact, some people were saying that you can even watch that on its own without knowing what Chainsaw Man is, which is bagus lah. But I think it's just a coincidence lah. And back to Demon Slayer pula, the powers that be, unfortunately diorang lah pilih nak buat the last bit of the manga as 3 films, which in my opinion does sound like a good idea. But when I have to like, okay, this one I stand corrected. I do feel that the flashbacks sedikit mengacau, and but then aku macam terpaksa aku lah, because that's how Gotoge wrote the story. So probably the fault lies in Ufotable wanting to cash in of the thing as a cinema, but you can't fault them, can they? If you could see, if you know, they spent 22 million USD on it and now making that amount of money, like 600 odd million, good on them lah. So at the end of the day, bila keluar wayang part 2 dengan part 3 in a few years time on IMAX, saya bayarlah pergi tengok. But anyway, back to Golden Kamuy Sakuraba Kojo Hand again. I'm not sure what where in the story is this bit is, and again it will have the same roster of seiyus lah for this. Bila tengok dalam list ni, ada Kenjiro, ada bukan, that's not Kenjiro Suda, that's Konishi Katsuyuki, that's Tengen, and ada Matsuko Yoshitsugu, that's Sugu, that's Johnny or Inosuke. Okay, and that's a girls band crime movie. Is this a new movie or is it a compilation movie? Jeng. Tak ada synopsis. Oh, it's a compilation movie. Oh, that's nice. I actually haven't watched this because hari tu what happened was this anime wasn't picked up by any of the international licenses, and it was out later lah. So macam seperti mana orang kena tengok pakai channel One Piece lah nak tengok the original band cry. So saya tengok the other one, the one about the 4 schoolgirls yang berlainan outlook in life, getting together to form a band. Tip of my tongue, I can't remember the title, but I've done the video. Look it up in the list. So what are the films we've got? We've got Love Life. Oh, we have to mention this one, Hateshi Naki, Scarletto. So after failing to avenge her father's murder, Princess Scarlet wakes up in the land of the dead. In this world full of madness, she must take revenge on her sworn enemy. If she does not avenge her nemesis and reach the endless place, she'll become nothingness and cease to exist. Now, the reason I have to mention Scarletto ni pasal ini filem terbaru Mamoru Hosoda dari studio Chizu. Kali ni dia genre fantasy. He tends to make films which are a bit more, dia macam seangkatan lah dengan Shinkai. And in fact, Hosoda at one point was dinobatkan sebagai kemungkinan pengganti Miyazaki kalau dia meninggal kan. Tapi unfortunately, due to creative differences, they parted ways. And this was at the time of Howl's Moving Castle, because he was the original director for Howl's Moving Castle, but to creative differences menyebabkan dia belah. But then perhaps for a good reason, he did Studio Chizu and he made the likes of The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Summer Wars, Mirai. So, to everyone their own. Shinkai got his own stuff, Mamoru Hosoda got his own stuff. And as usual, untuk filem, dia akan get mainly pelakon as opposed to seiyu. So kalau seiyu ada pun macam, kalian pasal tak? People like Miyano Mamoru who voiced Doma in Demon Slayer, Suda Kenjiro, they're all doing the supporting characters. Main actors tend to be pelakon. No opening ending themes listed yet, so the trailer looks really pretty good actually. Yes, Hateshinaki Scarlet Top. Check it out. So bila nak keluar ni? Oh, lambat lagi, November 21. Obviously that's a Japanese release date lah. Kita nak tengok bila entahlah. Apa lagi? So we said Love Live tadi, Hosenka, I'm not sure. What's this? Poster looks a bit interesting. Autumn 2023, Akutsu, an elderly inmate serving life in prison, is on the verge of a lonely death in a single cell. A flower touched me not that can talk like humans, says to him. What a rotten life you had. Through their conversation, Akutsu starts reflecting on his past. Oh dear. Ni sedih Oh, sumber sinopsis ni daripada Annecy Festival. Annecy Festival ni sebuah festival anime di Annecy, Perancis. And there's been a few titles that had their debut there, like that film that I reviewed about the girl who made a band with the girl from the you know what I'm talking about. Nanti aku go on the list. Yes, and Kaoru Kobayashi. Now, why is this face familiar? Dia pelakon tau. Dia bukan. Oh, dia pelikan from Kimitachi Wado Ikeka Point Heron. Oh, he's also he's Chiko from Mononoke, Princess Mononoke, the Bloody Priest. Oh, come on, Kobayashi Kaoru. Yeah, dia pelakon lah, dia bukan seiyu. So, yes. Nampak gaya ni, cerita sedih ni. Yang lain semua seiyu. That's Yasumoto Hiroki. That's Sado from Bleach. So, Hosenka, The Last Blossom. Oh, ada Gundam. So untuk Shaz, untuk Myra, untuk Iki pula, untuk Mizi. So we've got Kido Senshi Gundam Teketsu no Fans, Aku Ai no Kusabi. So basically I'm the orphans lah. Teketsu. I think short commemorate the 10th anniversary. But not sure lah whether this is actually compilation film ke apa ke. Nothing much has been said about it, and it's coming out end of the month. Depends on what Makoai no Kusabi is. So if anybody knows what it is, can make a comment lah. Anyway, onwards. Ni just quickly lah, Pedro Raquel no Guernica ni is how they like to do things like I've seen this in a couple of works in which we get World War II films with the Japanese Imperial Japanese Army and all that, or presented all cutesy and all that. Ni bukannya a criticism on oh, diorang dulu kejam, oh, pasal how could you make them cute or whatever. That's not the point. But the fact, at the end of the day, ini sejarah orang Jepun. So, I mean, where they were in the pages of history tu terpulang lah. Tapi, ia tetap sejarah mereka. Dan juga dalam tentera mereka, tak semua jahat. Biasanya benda-benda yang jahat ni semua politician. Kan, politician seorang ni ke apa ke, diorang, you know, as soldiers, you are at the mercy of the instruction of politicians. And when diorang, and you have to bear in mind juga, ni bukan jangan justify ke apa, tapi tak kisahlah perang mana pun, jika kau macam muda, dipaksa. I mean, just watch any Vietnam films lah. You could see how this young American guys creating atrocities because diorang macam, you are being pushed lah to the point of you know, stuff. Go to war, man. So back to 19. Usually 19 for the summer. Tamaru Ojo, manga artist, was on Pererio Island at the end of the Pacific War. The island of the paradise covered with beautiful forests and surrounded by a sea of coral reefs. It was also a battlefield on which 50,000 soldiers from Japan and the United States killed each other. See? Semua politicians. At the time, 40,000 elite US troops invaded in an attempt to seize the airfield. That's a lot of troops, which was touted as the best in East Asia. Fair enough. A garrison of 10,000 Japanese troops was ordered to meet the aggressors and thoroughly endure the attack. What did they fight for? Again, the topic that was on about. And what was on their minds on this small island far from the homeland? A long forgotten record of truth from young people who had lived in the war era. Back to the bit. Sorry, I almost wanted to say that I've seen this kind of thing before. I used to watch this old OVA on VHS called Cockpit. It had 3 stories in it by curated by Leiji Matsumoto. So one of the episodes was done kind of Leiji Matsumoto style, yang muka panjang semua tu. But the other one was more of a chibi, cartoony, comedy character, pendek semua dan sebagainya, which looks like these characters. So itulah, but then they're still showing the horrors of war, but done in a kitty way. So we've only got 2 members of staff here. I mean, I say you here and some members of staff. So itulah, bila ni? December 5th, and done by Half HP Studio. Sorry, Shin-A Animation and Fugaku. And it's from a manga, Rakuen no Guernica. Guernica. Siapa tahu apa benda Guernica? Aku tahu Guernica lukisan oleh Pablo Picasso yang sekarang ada di sebuah museum di Madrid, Spanyol. Tengok ada explanation tak? Tak cakap. Tapi untuk aku, that's what Guernica means lah. Anyway. Oh, Girls Un Panzer. Moto Rabu-Rabu. Sakusen desu. That's on Boxing Day if you were in the West or the Kingdom. The passionate students dedicated to set shadow. Pasal bukan dah habis ke cerita ni? And episode ada 4. Not too sure why it's listed under film then. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, I might be wrong. I've only watched 1 season of it. Not seen the other season if it does exist. Anyway. Dun. Okay lah. Saya rasa tu je kot. Why does that look much? Yeah, there's a few other things that I was thinking that kenapa tak tunjuk lagi ya? Dulu ada satu filem dan dia orang canang gila pasal dragon dengan the juxtaposition of dragon with modern military aircraft, blah blah. Tak wujud, tak keluar pun lagi. So itulah dia senarai anime pilihan untuk musim buruh tahun 2025. Kepada anda yang menonton, jika anda still menonton, apakah title yang anda looking forward to this season? So just a quick rundown of what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do another stream, but to say goodbye to Summer 25, kita orang akan cover beberapa title yang kami mungkin dah briefly mention prior to this, or menggunakan segmen itu untuk mengakhiri komentar beberapa series yang kami dah sebut as a video or stream. Tengoklah juga, tapi kalau dan walaupun tinggal 4 episod hari tu, it contain a vital bit of the story lah, with the introduction of 2 new characters, which probably is worth a discussion. Tapi we'll see lah, kalau dapat saya conjure that up in the next couple of days, we'll do that. Otherwise it'll be not until 2 weeks time lah saya akan buat the next stream. Dan juga Sakamoto Days juga, which I haven't watched. Kaiju Nambe mungkin saya akan buat as part of Goodbye 2025, because for some reason, walaupun masa baca best, masa tengok macam tak best, tapi I have to hold my comment actually, because saya hanya menonton half of the season this recent few months. Sibuk lah. So anyway, watch this space, follow us on social media, di Instagram dan juga Facebook. Not much of a TikTok person, mungkin kat situ juga on the next few streams lah, or any of the videos that we will be doing. So itu je lah daripada saya. Ijores mata atau deh. See you then.